Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys about 5 different rules, 5 cardinal rules on how to beat Gigas. And the first one, and the most important one, in no particular order, is do not play the range game. You do not stay at this range against Gigas. He will reach you, but you won't reach him. He can reach you very easily, but you won't be able to touch him. These jabs, I've seen the range of that jab. As much as it's weirdly not hitting Asuka, the range of this jab can't compare to, say, the range of her own jab. Especially her jab. Like, yo, this jab. Like, she's not touching me from this range, but I'll be able to hit her. I can hit her. So yeah, don't play the range game against Gigas ever. Just stay as close as possible. This jab becomes a standard jab once it's here. Once it's here, there's nothing spectacular about it. But from here, that's where it really shines, and you don't want Gigas to shine. You don't want to be beaten by the weakest character. No, you don't want that look. So that's number 1. Don't play the range game. Everything he does can reach you, especially this down forward 1. We're gonna get to why this is much better at this range than at this range in just a bit. But the second and equally important, if not more important, rule is to keep your punishes ready. This man, now can I switch to Gigas? 1 second, guys. I feel like I'm talking to 2 different people, the guys in the chat and the guys who are gonna watch this on YouTube later. But yes, this boy, his main weakness, his absolute main weakness is his frames. And if you don't know his frames, then he won't seem weak to you, but this man has bad frames. I see very many people not launching this. The only character who shouldn't be able to launch this is Bob. I can't think of any other character who can't launch at -17. So if you don't launch this, this is lots of damage you're throwing away. And Gigas will use this. This is his main punish. This is -17. It used to be -14, they nerfed it. But, you know, no one ever reads the Gigas patch notes, so I guess it flew under the radar, but you need to launch this. You need to absolutely launch this. I don't know why that didn't say punish. Launch that every time. That's already about almost 70 damage is lost for messing up a 10 frame punish. It makes it sim plus? Really? But yeah, it's really bad. Even on whiff, he's like, you see how long it takes to stand back up? Don't be afraid to launch this. This is the number 1 thing you need to launch. The number 2 thing you need to start, or rather stop respecting, is this string. Very few Gigas players use this string, and the ones that do get away with it all the time. Why? 2 things. People don't know it's launch punishable, or people are afraid of this high follow-up. The high follow-up is plus. It's like +1 or something. This is a high follow-up and it's plus. So people try and duck that and try and launch it, which is not a bad idea. Welcome, Furious. You're right on time. But then once you start ducking, that's a launch punish you've let go away. And not that I encourage you to press buttons in between the string. Of course, you're gonna get hit if you try and launch it. But look at that risk reward first of all. All Gigas got was a knockdown. But on 2 separate occasions, he has risked getting launched. If he stops there, he's getting launched. If he does the full thing, he's getting launched. And if you mess up, you just get a knockdown. So that's gonna be the trend with Gigas. A lot of his strings are much less than what they're worth. Have I made sense? A lot of his strings have much more risk than what they're worth. This is a full launch, yes, and this is a 13 frame counter hit launcher. I think he's one of 2 characters to have a 13 frame mid counter hit launcher. But once you block this, what you need to do, if you're really scared that he's gonna do the follow-up, down jump. Down 4. High crush, that's supposed to high crush. Okay, Gigas can't crush them himself, but If your character has a proper high crush, this is meant to high crush, I don't know why it's not going under it. But yes. Eliminate the mix-up. Eliminate any doubt or hesitation. Don't let Gigas live in your head rent-free. Always get your damage, always get something. If he ever does this, stop him. Stop him in his tracks. He does have another extension to down 4-3-1, to down 4-3, and that's down 4-3-1. Down 4-3-1 is a high. And down 4-3-1 plus 2 is a mid. This is not a mix-up. Down 4-3-1 and down 4-3-1 plus 2, this is not a mix-up. A high and a mid are not a mix-up. I've let go of my controller. This man is doing 0 damage to me. This is not a mix-up. This tiny jab is not worth ducking and getting launched. It's not worth it. Just stand. Because you block the jab, and then what? It's not a plus on block jab. It's -4. You block the jab, you take your time. Don't bother yourself trying to duck and launch and be greedy. I mean, it's really worth it. No, it's not worth it, because you're risking a launch in return. So, yes, this is not a mix-up. A high and a mid will never be a mix-up. Just stand and wait for him to finish making his noise and then take your turn. -4 is not a little for someone who can't move. Okay? Something else you need to punish. Not that. This you need to punish down to. It's -14. You always need to have your 14 frame punishes ready. Same with this move. Also -14. Down 2 and down back 2. Now this is a proper mix-up. However, offline, this is kind of seeable. But no one is playing Gigas offline. No one will ever play Gigas offline. So you're never going to see this. Online, you can't see this. But if at all you do decide to guess that you're going to duck low, make sure you have your 14 frame punish ready. Many characters can launch this. Others make it hurt really bad. And juggles hurt even way more against Gigas. So you need to have your 14 frame punishes ready. Gigas himself, his 14 frame punishes are nothing to talk about. That's all he gets for 13. That's all he gets for 14. I pressed the wrong one. I'm pressing the wrong one now. Confused with Murdoch for a second. This is all he gets for 14. So again, he can't make the most of it. He has good punishments. This is what he gets, which is decent, but in this same game, people are launching both of those moves. And that's what makes Gigas weaker. So if you're playing a character that doesn't have powerful 14 frame punishes, then that's your fault, and that's not Gigas' fault. Either go back to character select, or, you know, block it, take your punish, and then keep going. Yes, this is his 14 frame punish, standing 3. Same for Murdoch. This was buffed before. This never used to be natural. All he used to get for 13 was this. So yeah, this man he has a good 10 frame. He has a very good 10 frame. And then it skips straight to 15. So anything in between that, you can kinda abuse it. Because at most you're risking this. Between 10 and 14, you're mostly risking that. Which is nothing to laugh about. But yeah, you can get away with a lot more stuff against him than other characters. Okay? So yeah, keep your punishes ready. Keep your punishes at the ready. And make every single punish count. Still on the no mix-ups. Is this string 4-2, 4-2-1, and 4-2 down 1. For the love of God, stop ducking. Why are you ducking? Is that jab that scary that you need to duck it and expose yourself to this mid? Sure, you get a launch if you guess right, and actually if you guess wrong, it's a very little risk. Very little risk. Let me add this move as well. Here's 4-2 forward 1, which again on block look -9. If you must get your launch, fine, duck and launch, because for this particular string the risk isn't that much. The risk isn't that much. That's only +2. There's some particular tech concerning this string, but you guys don't need to know that since you're the ones fighting him, and that's mostly for the people who need to play him. But what you do need to know is that, how do I set this? No, crouch, stay crouching. If this catches you crouching and I go into stance, what just happened? Hold up. Hold up. See, what usually is supposed to happen is that you can't avoid that throw. You have to break it if it catches you ducking. But something weird is going on. Yeah, you can't avoid it. You can't like stay crouching to avoid it. I didn't know Gigas could do that, but then again, I never fight Gigas. Yeah, you can't stay ducking. You have to break this throw when that happens. But it's like so rare that that happens. Let's set this to... There you can duck. But this one, once it hits you, you can't duck it. You have to break it. And it's only one break. There's no mix-up. It's only one break. Okay? That was an interesting thing that happened with Gigas just then. Well, let's get back on track. So far we've only covered 2 things. But there's still a few more strings where... a few more no mix-up strings that people keep mixing themselves up with. We have... what was I thinking of? It slipped my mind just now. That wasn't even the main technique, but yeah, I know there's like no more Gigas players in this African community. There might be 1 or 2 here and there. But yeah, damn, the string has escaped my mind for a second. What was it? Another no mix-up string. Oh yes, his stance. This stance is another no mix-up. They buffed it though, which is good. They buffed one of the mids. They're both mids. This is a launching mid and it crushes highs. He crushes highs in this state now. He wasn't able to do this in the beginning. But yeah, the stance plus the launcher itself goes under highs. Except there. But actually one thing you need to know about Gigas before I lose too much track. His one jab, look how high that is. You can even just tell without even seeing the block spark. Look how high that jab is. Now look. Gigas is a very tall character and it's hitting him like at the top of his head. That is a very high jab. Everything goes under this jab. And this is his key tool. Any Gigas player worth the salt is going to be throwing this out a lot. And you have to keep in mind that everything goes under this. Down 4-2s, go clean under it. Hop kicks, clean under it. If Gigas doesn't want to suffer that, he has to use his 2 jab, which has a slightly lower hitbox. It's not that much lower, but it's a bit harder to crash than the 1 jab. And this isn't as spectacular as his 1 jab. So yeah, keep in mind that characters who crash highs often, characters with good evasion, they go under Gigas' key tool. This is his key approach tool and his key punish. Lots of moves that recover in crouch. He can't punish with this. They don't even need to recover in crouch. If let's say Laz's orbital whiffs, he can't punish with this. He has to down 2. And Gigas players always have this. Always have this at the ready. So they're gonna whiff this a lot. And once that happens, you need to be ready to launch it. Otherwise, if you don't, that's about 70 damage you've thrown away. And then Gigas gets to continue doing what he was doing. Another no mix-up is... we have forward 4. Now it's a mid-mid. It used to be mid-high, so a lot of people still try and duck it and get launched. But yeah, it's a -13 mid. The new meta is to do forward 4 by itself. Forward 4, people will wait for the mid, and then now Gigas is now is safe. He's always safe, and now he has now mental plus. Oh wow, mental plus frames. So you're gonna see forward, forward, forward being used a lot to like set up a throw. I'm not used to doing it on player 2. That's how you do it. There we go. So you're gonna see this a lot. What just happened there? Again, how you're gonna take your turn. Dick jab. Get rid of all that noise. If you see he has not done second hit, approach carefully. Nick, shut up. Yes, this is gonna be very helpful. The reason why a dick jab is so helpful is because Gigas does not have a hop kick. He doesn't have a launching hop kick anyway. This is 20 frames, number 1. Number 2, he doesn't launch a normal hit. Only launches on count hits. This is a normal hit knockdown. But that's all you're risking. This is useless. This is even more useless. He doesn't have a hop kick. So you don't have to fear, you know, doing lows against him. He's not going to be crushing you all day, every day. He is decent at crashing highs. This, as much as it doesn't look it, can go under some highs. Especially when done from crouch. It can go under a lot of highs. Some mids as well. It doesn't look it, but I've had this go under some mids. This also goes under highs. It's not a true high crush, but it goes under some highs. So yeah, Gigas is a trash character. You're right. Don't be afraid to be a bit more evasive, and for heaven's sake, don't stay at this range, because this is where he is playing his game and you're playing a defense game. Gigas is still playing a normal neutral from this range, but you can't go on the offense from that range. You have to either defend or try and get in. But he's gonna bully you all day, especially with this move. This move is my favorite move. They keep nothing buffing it, but even from like this range, I can extend its range and it's gonna connect. Like, it's very in and out. Coupled with wall running too, another one that has a lot of good travel, especially after juggles. It has a long lasting hitbox. So he can really play his game from wherever. Sidestep 2, they buffed it again. He just jumps in and is in your face with lots of damage. So don't stay at this range. Always stay as close as you can, because this loses all its exceptionality once it's up close. And then his standard pokes is a very slow 14 frame down forward 1. And even on block, -6. -6 on a down forward 1. But from this range, -6 is good. -6 is good because you will try and take your turn, but he's in that range where you can't touch him, but he can still touch you. So even on block, from like that range, okay, Gigas is huge, but yeah, from like this range, you try something, he won't be able to touch you. Let me try and see if I can record that. Okay, let's hope that works. Okay, Gigas' jab is like long range. We're both playing at the proper range. There we go. That's a good example. He can hit you, you can't hit him. Don't be at that range. You don't want to be at that range. Just that tip alone, as soon as you're in his face, pressuring him, there's nothing you can do. He has no panic hop kick. This is slow. Barely goes under anything, and is -15 on block. -15. Again, keep your punish ready. Keep your punish ready. Take your damage. Behave yourself, Nicholas. Yes. No, in fact, not the tip. Don't be at the tip. Be right in his face. Be all over his face. All over his face, chest, and body. You want to be right here. You're the mod, Furious. You do it. Honestly, he's being unruly. But yes, that was the second rule. There were 5 rules. Let's move on to the third rule, which I kind of touched on it. The third rule is keep up the pressure. Again, Gigas has no panic moves, no hop kicks, no magic fall. His closest thing to a magic 4 is this. Forward 1 plus 2. It's 13 frames. Those are the speeds of the slowest magic 4s. 13 frames. On block, -9. He's lost his turn. He panicked and he lost his turn. And it's a high. And it's not just a typical high that recovers instantaneously. This one has recovery on it. This has some recovery on it. This is the only panic move that he has. And it's full of weaknesses. So keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure. Don't get out of his range. Don't let him get that space. Don't let him get a chance to start charging up these moves. Once you're at this range and Gigas sees you're respecting all these strings, it's gonna be able to start doing his back 2 nonsense. Don't allow that. Don't allow that. Oh, excuse me. I mean, pick a character that's typically a bad matchup for Gigas. We need like fast pressure characters with good evasion. Leo would be good, Lee would be good, Lily, Chloe. I just need to find one that has everything I need. Actually, Paul is like the best matchup against Gigas. It's actually insane. Kazumi doesn't really high crush much. That's her only weakness, and she does the pressure thing good, but not as good as the other characters. She's a good matchup, but she's not like excellent. Excellent. Something's happening and I need a mod to take care of that. Yes, so a decent example on how to keep up the pressure against Gigas. How am I going to show this? I think I need to be Paul. Yeah, I need to be Paul. I forgot how to mod users with the shortcuts. Let's see if this works. But it's supposed to be telling me that... does anyone remember? Is it slash or exclamation mark? Oh, it's slash. My bad. Where do those people even come from? Hey Nick, your username is too long. I'll do that later. Username is too long. So, where was I? Yes. I was showing you how Paul is a very good matchup against Gigas. Clean under. Well, I'm mistiming it, but yeah, it typically goes very easily under it. Maybe something that's not as plus. I didn't even get a chance to do anything. Oh, that's -6? Ay, man, Gigas. Of course, we all know about Paul's downfall too. Goes under everything. But Paul has lots of evasive tools, lots of evasion. Once you meet a character that has all these crushing tools, like Gigas just crumbles. Maybe his hop kick doesn't have that good crushing. But yeah, someone like Paul who's like always doing this high crush nonsense, like Gigas has. There's just absolutely nothing he can do that doesn't go under. That went under. But yeah. Thank you, Furious. You've done fantastic work. A lot's work. What was I? Keep up the pressure. Yes. Be in his face. And remember that No, I'm skipping ahead. I'm skipping ahead. I think we're done with that. Keep up the pressure. Makes sense. He has terrible panic moves. We go to the next one, number 4. Avoid heavy moves. What I mean by avoiding heavy moves, I think you can kind of tell where I'm going with this. Gigas has this move. This is like his one gimmick that only he has, and it's not even that good of a gimmick. But if he places it right, he's gonna get some reward for it. Let me whiff something into so that I can try and show you. You see, now, like there, he recovers way faster than I do. How will I show this? I could block that. It doesn't even recover that fast. It doesn't even recover that fast. The move has to hit late into the animation, and look what happened. I'm still recovering super fast. Let me think of a different move. I couldn't block that. So such heavy moves that require... He couldn't even armor through that. Man, Gigas. It's such an unreliable gimmick, but it's all he has. A move like this, you see this move, it's plus, but it's plus because it relies on block stun. Look at the stun Gigas is in. That's why it's so plus. But a move like forward 4, Gigas is barely in any block stun, but it still recovers quite quick. So what you need to do is avoid the moves that rely on block stun for plus frames. And if you have moves that recover fast by themselves, like a jab isn't plus because of block stun, a jab is plus because it recovers quickly. I think you get what I'm talking about now. So yeah, avoid these heavy moves. Avoid while running 3s, Paul doesn't have one. Not even this takes a while to recover, it's very minus. Avoid while running 3s, avoid while running 2s. Even this, it's like in that in between, there's still that weird block stun, but once Gigas armors through it, how do I set this back? Oops. Once Gigas armors through it, he's not left in crouch like usual. The power crush negates any block stun that leaves him in crouch, so you have to keep that in mind as well. So moves that force crouch on block, moves that have heavy block stun, avoid them. Avoid them. I know you like them, I know they're flashy, I know they're very satisfying, but please avoid them at all costs, at all costs. Okay. Let's go to a proper stage, so I can talk about the last and final thing before we go over his move list, and then we're wrapped up. This isn't gonna take long, I guess isn't that interesting. But the final cardinal rule: make him pay for his size. Make him pay for his size. This is by far the largest character in the roster that can be hit by everything, every single thing. This is the last thing, I promise. Can be hit by every single thing, like, and he can't step. What does Paul have that I can try and show? Let's see if he can step his down forward too. Nope, not that side. Not that side. This man can't step. What else? That he can step at least. That tracks to that side, I guess. No, this, as far as I remember, is very linear. This should be steppable on both sides like that. But again, Gigas suffers for it. His stepping isn't that good. His backwards movement isn't that good. So he's not gonna get away from you easily, and he's not gonna be able to like get around you easily. So these moves you avoid that oh man, they are linear, they can get stepped. Don't fear that against Gigas. Don't fear that. Once you see you've matched up with Gigas, that should be like your ticket to be like, yes, I can finally unleash my true self, express myself to the fullest, because pretty much everything works so well against this man, so well, especially the combos. The wall combos. I think we all know which combo I'm talking about and why I picked Paul. That is not the combo. What is not happening? Okay, I messed it up. We'll get it. We'll get it. We will get it. I'm not dashing in well enough. Okay, I need them. Shut up. Okay, let me say properly. I'm not set to do combos. No, I'm serious. No, I'm serious. We keep it nice and basic. Shit. Okay. Something better. Oh my goodness. What is not happening? It's the stream that's making it lag. For heaven's sake. Okay, listen, I don't play Paul. Stop embarrassing me, for heaven's sake. Oh my gosh. No, we have to get at least one. Oh, for heaven's sake. Anyway. That is the point I was driving to. Listen. Shut up, all of you. I can do this at least once. There we go. It wasn't even perfect, but still. You get the idea. Almost everyone gets massive damage against this guy at the wall. Almost everyone gets massive damage against the wall. So, man, fuck you, Gigas. So, you have to learn your big boy combos. You simply must learn the moves that they can't step. I've just seen he can't step down for 2, which makes this even more free than it was before. Learn the moves that he can't step, the moves that he can't hop kick over. There's some moves that you need to hop kick. Maybe like this, someone will try and hop kick. Don't be afraid to use it. It's only -12. He doesn't have a good punish until -13. He can't low parry it, but so can everyone. You still use this move anyway, so be more liberal with it against Gigas. I think you get the idea. Always keep your punishes ready, so you can truly feel the weakness of this character. But when you're playing Gigas and you're up against such a character, you just feel so suffocated. I don't think the other players can tell, but the Gigas player is crapping his pants because every single touch leads to death. Every single touch. So please, for the last time, punish everything. Paul can launch this. That is a launch. That is launch for launch. How many characters suffer that same fate? Messed it up, but you get the idea. Yeah, Gigas suffers a lot. But he can still play his own game. He can still very much play his own game if you let him. Once the Gigas finds his way to this range, and he can, he's not completely useless in Season 3 anymore. He still has things that can get him to this range. He still has ways of creating space, of getting in, of mixing you up. But again, Paul, for example, once you see his reel his hand back like that, just parry it. Just parry it. It's very telegraphed. Force him to use this one. Unfortunately for you guys, they buffed the tracking on this. Before it was quite linear, but I think it was Kokoma who discovered the hard way that you can't step this anymore. So this is pretty much all he has. There are still characters in this game that can parry kicks. Like, again, Paul here can still parry that. I messed it up. It's still parryable. It's chickenable, but that's like what? A chicken does how much damage? 10? Yeah, the leg can be parried. Anyway, before I get carried away, this man has terrible matchups. Very terrible matchups. If you don't have a parry, that sucks for you. Any character that has a parry, bonus points if you can parry both punches and legs, that's already a big disadvantage for Gigas. Because you can't cancel these. You can't cancel it. Once you start and you've charged it, that's it. That's it. You've committed to it. Okay, so that's it for the meat of it. When it comes to now Gigas' moves themselves, I'm sure you guys know. Actually, no one ever labs Gigas, to be honest. No one has ever labbed Gigas. So, I'm gonna do you guys that favor and lab him with you. You see this? And it says only -4. I've cancelled it into a block, yeah? -4. I tried a death fist. I'm trying a death fist. Oh my gosh. Anyway. The point is, it says it's -4, but he can't block. You can still launch him. This is still launch punishable. And nothing he does will stop that. He has one option though, where he jumps backwards, and they buffed that. Before it wasn't as good, but look, I still caught him. It's not the same, but yeah, for a while he's quite weak. Oh, that has a lot of range. You get the idea. Don't let that cancel let you think that it's safe. It's very hard for him to block. It might be possible, maybe it requires like a perfect cancel. But Gigas players can't do that. We didn't pick Gigas to do perfect cancels, we picked Gigas to just punch things. That's what we want to do. -9. This man gives up his turn with everything. -9. Take your turn. We've talked about this. This I think is -13, -12. The no mix-up. You don't need to duck the high. It's possible, but you don't need to. If he finishes it, just kill him and then get back in. Take your damage and go. He can't do anything after the back hop. He just hops back. It's not like a stance or anything. He just jumps back and then is back to neutral. This as well, don't let any Gigas player get away with this. There's two versions of this. There's the unheld one and the held one. The unheld one is -13. -13. Big block stun though, but it's -13. It looks plus, it's not. Punish him for it. This one, again, if you see it, just parry it. Before you could kinda step it, not anymore. No, you can walk it to the left. Yeah, you can walk it to the left. Same with this. Again, uncharged version, -13. Oh, this is even -14, but not much is reaching from that range. Maybe like Law's launcher, that won't reach. Again, block it, punish him. It looks plus, fake plus frames. Fake plus frames. Oh, it's raining heavily. Can you guys hear the rain in the background? He charges it, again, parry it. I messed that up. That tracks to that side. This might track both sides now, yeah. They buffed the tracking a lot. Now he like pivots on his foot. Before he could sidestep, now you can see him like pivoting. And on that note, I've mentioned this once before, I'm gonna mention it again. Yeah, you can interrupt the charge version with anything. That's 14 frames. That's 15 frames. This should be like 19 frames. 23 frames. It's super interruptible. Super interruptible. Even on reaction. Yeah, you can hear the rain. Wow, it's like super loud, huh? Okay, well, this is gonna make the YouTube edit a bit finicky, but we will power through. We're almost done. So I was talking about this move. I'm sure you guys have seen this a lot. You try to escape it and then nothing happens. But that's not guaranteed. Mash spring kick, I didn't even know Paul's avoids it completely. That nonsense is not guaranteed. Spring kick, get out of there. If you do anything else, try and tech roll, nothing. You're stuck. Spring kick, for all characters. Actually, let's test the unique spring kicks and see. Oh, the window is open, that's why. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Let me close these windows. Listen, shut up. It's a window I never use. Where were we? I don't think it's even done much. I think it's still open. I think it's still quite loud. But anyway, what were we doing? For this one, it'll be a bit different. You're not gonna like get out of there. Oh, he did. Okay, there. That's what usually happens. You do spring kick, he still clips you, but you're not trapped anymore. I'm surprised that's evading completely. Let me try this different string. I tried mashing there, it didn't work. You really have to mash it. Yeah, then block that, launch him. That's very launch punishable. Very, very launch punishable. I don't even think Gigas players know that it's not guaranteed. They're gonna do this anyway. It's minus 16. Launch him for it. But not every launcher will reach though. Shaheen's has good range, but not every launcher can do that, so be careful about that. I don't think you can low parry from that instance. We can try. But low parrying immediately after you wake up is very difficult. If it's possible, it's something I've not yet learned how to do. But I wasn't mashing fast enough. Let me try once more. Gigas. So unreliable. I couldn't low parry there. Or maybe I just don't know how to. I've never really gotten that down, to be honest. Low parrying and sidestepping are my biggest weaknesses. But yeah, just block it. And the mix-up, it's another no mix-up mix-up. This one is between a low and a mid, but the mid is super reactable. 35 frames. This is no mix-up. You can very easily see that he's getting up. Then block mid, and it's only 0 on block with lots of pushback. There's nothing it's doing. It's a wall bounce now though. I didn't even reach. Is it not a wall bounce? Oh, that version isn't a wall bounce. Man, Gigas, just can they finish fixing him? Because I always wonder why that's not a wall bounce, and the one from the stance is. This one is a wall bounce, and it's pretty much the same move. It has all the exact same properties, but of course it's much faster. But everything else is exactly the same. They should have also made the other on a wall bounce, but maybe they just shouldn't have made Gigas at all. The complete evasion from that spring kick gives me the idea that it's a timing thing. Yeah, I'm sure you can time it properly. Pretty sure you can, but I'm not that kind of guy. And it also depends on distance. If the wall is like very close between the two of you, you're not gonna have that much distance to roll away. You might still have to eat it, so you have to be very ready for that. What else? We're going through this man's moves, this man's poor moves. Those are how many mix-ups that are not actually mix-ups I've covered? Like a million. These are not mix-ups. Don't respect him. Don't respect him. Please don't let him set up shop in your head and start selling his goods and not paying you a single dime. Another stagger move. These are the few things that Gigas actually does well. His strings that, you know, he can choose to not complete. This he does well, because these both have powerful follow-ups. This wall splats, the second hit launches. These are very powerful follow-ups, but it's literally just those two. This is a new move, counter hit launcher, but it's low high. You can crouch jab under. You can crouch jab under it. The low by itself is only -4 on hit. -4 on hit. Don't respect this. None even does this anymore. But if you see it, don't respect it. Okay? So the only thing, in my opinion, that makes Gigas actually viable comes from these two strings. Staggering them. Some moves here and there, this is a good move. Up 3 is a decent move. It's a slow knee. Counter hit launcher though. And good plus frames. It's decent on block as well. Let me record it so you see the block frames. -3. It's only -3. But again, -3 for any other character would mean they can still sidestep and do whatever, but for Gigas, he's not stepping anywhere. He's not stepping anywhere. Take full advantage of that -3. That string has no follow-up. There's no reason for you to respect that. And he's not going anywhere. Just do it. Just make sure it's nothing too heavy because you can still armor through it. You should respect that. Speaking of armor moves, one of the slowest armor moves in the game. Good high crushing though. Let me jab into it. It's very often he's gonna armor through something and not be able to hit you. So again, have your -13 ready. This used to be -14, I think they buffed it. Always be ready to punish that. Because it really shouldn't be armoring through much, it's way too slow. Way too slow. We were going through his moves. What next? What next? What next? This string. Oh yes, another new string now that's made him more viable. His down forward 4. Down forward 4 by itself is basically his down forward 1. This is basically his down forward 1. 14 frames, -3. His actual down forward 1 is like, what was it? -4, -6, -6. Yeah. So this is what Gigas will be using. Let's see the tracking. Tracks to that side. Fantastic move. It's a great move. So they're gonna do that a lot, and the good thing about it is that it like pushes you out a bit, especially on hits, to where Gigas now shines better. Again, your moves will struggle a bit to hit him, but he won't struggle to hit you. But if you see a Gigas abusing this full follow-up, that's +1. Yeah, +1 for Gigas means nothing. +1 means absolutely nothing. What he's gonna do? 1-2. He's gonna risk all that. He has no magic 4, he has no hop kick, he's not sidestepping. This +1 means nothing. It lives in crouch though. So if you have a decent move that, you know, crouch jabs track well. Full crouch down forward 4s track well, but they're very unsafe. But don't feel like you need to be afraid to take your turn after this. Unless it's on hit, of course. Fastest counter hit move. Beats it clean. Absolutely clean. Let's see if he can step. Oh, he can. Maybe Gigas isn't so bad after all. That should not have any tracking on it. So the fact that it's tracking to that side means something, while standing 4s typically have 0 tracking. Typically. I don't know much about Shaheen though. So yeah, no need to fully respect this. And on top of that, there's a gap in between it. 10 frames, 11 frames. I think that, what? There's supposed to be a 12 frame gap. Did they buff it? I think they buffed it. Let me pick a different character. Who do I know? Shayo. Maybe they finally buffed it. It wasn't in the patch notes though. This used to have a 12 frame gap. No, they buffed. They made it natural on counter hit, meaning it's probably faster on block. So that can make sense as to why the gap is smaller. 10 frames. Yeah, it's a gap. Okay, now it's an 11 frame gap. Wow, Shaheen's Magic 4 is bad. So yeah, if you have a Magic 4, hit him out of it. Yeah, it used to be like 12 frames clean. You could always hit him out of it. This used to be also quite linear. It's not anymore, which is good. He's been getting a lot of love. Not the love he needs, but it's the love he's getting. And show you guys something about this string. First of all, every single punch of this is very launch punishable. You have no excuse to not be launching it. If he doesn't finish it, and you can always tell when he doesn't finish it. You can always tell when he doesn't finish it. Very launch punishable. Shai's hop kick sucks. That's unfortunate. Minus 20 if he doesn't finish it. Finishes it, minus 18. Crouch. There you go. Get your punish. But why I'm showing you this string is that when it hits you in a combo, if you do it well, you're supposed to be able to press X out of the last hit. Maybe for Shai it's different. Let me pick with a character that I used it with. But I was testing some combos against Jin, coincidentally. And then he managed to roll out of the second hit. And I found that it's only side roll left, I think. Let's try it. Come on. Maybe it's side roll right. Nope. Oh wait, I'm doing get up kicks. And this is a long time ago, and I recorded it a very long time ago. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, there used to be a way to avoid that. I'll need to remember it. Probably put it in an annotation later. But that never used to be fully guaranteed. I didn't tell anyone though, because I didn't want anyone to know. And even when I did know, it wasn't exactly the easiest to avoid. It still takes some timing. But the method to roll out of it was like zero risk. It didn't hurt to try. Either you eat the damage or you don't. There was no like at yo, you're gonna get countered with something. It was a zero risk way of avoiding it. I just need to remember how it was. I'm sorry, I'm very unprofessional. But where were we? His moves. This string, I see a lot of people getting hit by both hits of this. You can't neutral guard this. Just hold back. Just hold back and punish him. It is natural on counter hit though. But that's it. Otherwise you should not be getting hit by both of these. You should not. He talked about his armor move, both his armor moves. This slow, again, minus 14. If you have the launcher, if you have the move, I mean, what is the reward? Plus 3? What is the risk? A full launch? It's a waste of everyone's time. It's a waste of everyone's time, and it's seeable offline. This slow, This is like his quickest high crush. And these are the lows. Basically, if you follow everything I've told you, you keep up the pressure, you stay in Gigas' face, you limit his move lists to these few moves. Jab, down buck 4, and down 3. Maybe, oh well, now down forward 4. This becomes his entire game plan. This becomes all he can do. Those are the only moves, and all of them minus on hits, minus on hits, minus on block. It's only the jab that's +1. You don't need to respect these. But he's gonna be in your face. They're not gonna come out slow, of course, like that. He's gonna be doing a lot of jabs. This will go under real quick. Lots of down 4s. Like, it's gonna be a lot of, I wanna call it fake pressure. It's very fake pressure. But once you've limited Gigas to only do that, then you're winning. You're winning. You've shut down half, if not 3/4 of his move list, and you've limited him to just this style of play. Then you know you're doing something right. So let's talk about this low in particular. This is like his main high crush. -13, like a typical down 4. But this kind of lows, you don't want to block them, you want to low parry them. Very little reward. Get a whole combo, probably reach the wall. That's 51 plus 19, that's 5, 6, 7. Pretty much 70 damage off of a low parry. Just because I picked Gigas and I tried a low. This move, down back 1+2, it looks very unsafe, but don't be fooled, it's very safe. But its range is abysmal. Abysmal. It whiffs terribly in his face. His hands are passing through mine, but it's like his hitbox is on the left and on the right and not in the middle. That's a big whiff, big recovery. Launch him. That's gonna whiff a lot. But don't try and punish it. Don't try and punish it. It's -8 though, so take your time. Just don't do like a punish. This is my favorite Gigas move, back 3. This does everything I need it to. Kicks you right out of my face, and then I start with my pressure. This move I love. It's very slow though, 21 frames. So if you're doing things right and you're still pressuring me, I'm not gonna get a chance to do back 3. But if you give me the space, I'll do back 3. I'll either get a fat knockdown or I'll get some breathing room. Don't allow that to happen. Don't allow that to happen. This one's not worth talking about. This move was buffed as well. It's now much more plus. This one you have to respect. It's +4. +4 now means something to Gigas. This one you have to respect. But again, 25 frames. Don't let him start. Don't give him the opportunity to do it. Very, very slow. This one as well. 23 frames. Don't let him do it. Trying to see if I can float him out of it. Don't let up. Don't ever let up on Gigas. Once he starts, he can't stop. He has a lot of the moves I've passed are very safe, and they should never be safe. On any other character, they would not be safe, but on him, they're safe. So if you allow him to start, he's not gonna stop. Don't let him start. This move, this is, I think, by far his best move, to be honest, but it's super linear. Super linear. It's hard to time though because it's a dash input, and any Gigas player worth their salt isn't gonna do it like immediately, but so that it's easy to step. But if you have the right reads, sidestep. If you mess up, you get knocked down and knocked away. That's fine. At least you didn't get launched or counter it launched. It's a lot of damage now though. They buff the damage. This is a terrible move. You'll never see it. This is the only time you'll see it because no Gigas player will ever do this. It has bad range, bad recovery. It's a counter hit launcher though. Look, it whipped from so close. It has very bad range. It's just a bad move. This is the same from that string, just high crush, high crush, high crush. I did the wrong thing. High crush. High crush. Don't be afraid. It's minus 16 if he stops. You have time to take your time. You have time to take your time. Another of his best moves while running 2, but like every other while running 2, it's weak to sidestep left. And only left. Only left. Don't try to step it in any other direction. Okay? Like every while running 2, sidestep left. Not worth talking about. Already talked about that. Another very slow launcher. This is another reason why Gigas is weak. He can't launch from crouch until 18 frames. Kinda like Asuka. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. 18 frames, doesn't hit grounded. You're gonna get away with a lot of highs. For example, I need to be Jin to do this, but something like this, it recovers decently fast. Not like lightning fast, but decently fast. It's gonna be tricky to punish, especially online, which is the only place you'll ever fight Gigas. Lots of highs recover. Like, he will never, ever be able to launch a whiffed electric after the buff. Unless it's like a hard read, I knew you're gonna do it and I just threw out the while stunning 3. It'll never be on reaction. He can't launch it, it's way too slow. And if he messes up, after all those troubles, it's still minus 13. Still minus 13. There are people with 15 frame launches that have massive pushback, or even minus 12, minus 11. This man's is 18 frames, doesn't hit grounded, doesn't even have good tracking. No. No. It's just like, why? Why is it so bad? Maddox hits grounded. That's one good thing. You can use it in combos or setups. But other than that, it's a terrible launcher. It's a very terrible launcher. His new 13 frame punish, look, minus 14. If you have the launcher, launch him. If not, get big damage. Minus 14. That's lots of minus frames. There are a few things Gigas does better than Maddox, which would make me prefer Gigas to Maddox any day. But there's a few things that Maddox does that Gigas needs badly. Badly. But they're both, I think they're both terrible in their own way, to be honest. Especially now with Gigas being buffed, they both have glaring faults. This slow is seeable. Please, it's 28 frames. Get used to the animation. There's no mix up here. Just get used to seeing it, block it, launch it. This is just a matter of knowing what's coming. Because if you've never seen this before, because you refuse to lab him, you're not gonna know what's happening. Once you see it once or twice, this should never ever catch you. It's a full crouch slow. You see him crouch first, you know what's happening. So again, no mix up. Nothing that you crouch while standing 3, crouch, full crouch, whatever. No. You can react to both of those and punish them heavily. This used to be minus 12, now it's safe. It's pretty decent throw out once in a while, because you're not going to just randomly duck, because you fear forward too. But minus 9 takes away his turn. Take your turn. There's some pushback, but take your turn. Okay. And that's actually pretty much it for Gigas' moves. The Oki from his throws is non-existent. No Oki whatsoever. Even this one, it looks like it should have better Oki, but it doesn't. It switches sides though, but nothing you can do about that. Just get up. This throw, we all know about it. Big damage at the wall. 1+2 break. Break it once, he's lost his wall position. And that's another terrible thing about Gigas. You break it once, that's it. It's lost half of its utility. King's giant swing in comparison. If King's back is to the wall, he does giant swing. You break it, he's still at the wall. He can still... Giant swing is still a threat. It doesn't stop being a threat. And if it lands, he gets his damage, he loses the wall. He gains the wall position. But Gigas, you try and get that big damage, you break it. How minus is it on break? -6. -6 and he's left at the wall. Take your turn, please. Please, 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 please. What did I want to do? Switch positions. -6. He's at the wall now. Gigas has just sacrificed everything to land that one throw that everyone knows is coming. Terrible design. Terrible, terrible design. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Anything else worth mentioning? Anything else worth mentioning? So to go over everything in short. Rule number 1. Don't play the range game. Don't keep your distance from Gigas. Be in his face. Rule number 2. Keep your punishes ready. This man has terrible frames on him. If you're not punishing him, you're taking your turn. It's either or. Rule number 3. Keep up the pressure. Keep up the pressure. Use all your unrelenting force on him. He doesn't have a parry. He doesn't have a magic fall. He has very slow moves. He's not good at crushing. He's not good at sidestepping. Keep up the pressure. All he can do is maybe high crush with this. That's it. These two. Those are his high crushes. That's it. This is unreliable. And if he messes this up, this is launch punishable. Rule number 4. Avoid heavy moves. Avoid heavy moves as much as you can. Forget about while running 3. I know this mostly applies to me, but forget about while running 3. These moves that require block stun, that thrive on block stun, forget about them. He's gonna armor through them. Things like Noctis's down back 1+2, forget. While running 1+2, forget. Dragono's while running 2, forget. That's the only thing he's good at, is negating these block stuns. So just go a few games without using them. You don't absolutely need while running 3. I know that's something I need to tell myself. But you can live a few matches without such moves. It's like 1 or 2 moves in your move list. The rest of your moves are good to go. And lastly, rule number 5. Make him pay for his size. Please, please, please. Know your big boy combos. Know your big boy combos. Get all the damage you can. Are you seeing all this red, thick muscle that you can just bleed out? Get as much damage as you can. As much damage as you can. Don't be afraid of moves that are quotes and quotes linear, because they're not as linear against Gigas. I have never been able to sidestep Jin's forward 4-2 as Gigas. Never in my life. Gigas or Jack. I just can't do it. I can't do it. So such moves, please, go ham. Go crazy. Electrics, go crazy. Hell sweeps he can step. His legs are quite small. Hell sweeps he can step. But where his heartbox just expands is like an upside down triangle. An inverted A. These moves that hit up, feel free. Moves that hit lower, not so much. It's still a bad sidestep, don't get me wrong, but he can still step things like Hell Sweep and stuff. So be careful about that. Okay? And that's gonna be it, unless there are any questions or anything in particular you want to know about. I think that's it for Gigas. I don't know what that is, but I like the sound of it. Thick red, juicy. Like a steak. Like a tomahawk steak. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Gigas Tech. I doubt anyone has questions because like I'm sure people lost interest halfway through. And you probably won't see Gigas for like the next 2-3 months. So no, listen, I landed on Jin. I don't know why I landed on Jin, but I found myself here. But that's not the point. That is a very good question, Vega, and that is the only relevant question, to be honest. We don't know, and we probably will never know because this man isn't coming back to Tekken 8. This man is not coming back. It's either him or Katarina, so we'll never know. But my guess is this two got physical. I mean, have you seen Katarina? And have you seen the glutes on this man? There's too much sexual tension. Something went down. Something went down. But yeah, he's not coming back. What I'm telling you now is gonna be applicable for like the next... I don't know, when is Tekken 8 coming out? Next few months. So those 3 Gigas mains you'll face in that period, don't let them catch you by surprise. Alright. Well, that's gonna be it. Thank you guys for watching. Yeah.